Here we go. This is Wandering Squires Group H, if I'm not mistaken here, and it's Gabrielko versus Jibsy King. I would show you the brackets, but that would be spoilers because the result is already updated there. So or presumably, so let's not for the time being. The map is Nomad, always first map, and it's a Wandering Warriors edition, which means that the water is a bit different. Doesn't go all the way around like the current Definitive Edition Nomad, and there could be lakes in the middle with some potential as well. So immediately I see that there's some fantastic potential of a fish in the corner here, but neither of the players are close with any villagers. They're docking in these small areas here, but that's a decent one for Gabrielko. It's deep fish to be taken, or salmon to be taken in 3 spots. Generally speaking, on Nomad maps, you want to get to the corners because that's where the big areas of the deep fish are. So like here, north side or east side, heaps of fish, and then you'd want to dock here, get the shore fish and collect, right? Or top side. Hey, Drunk Viper, welcome. Your set will be after this one. So, but the most important thing is to get the docks down. It's very important for the Nomad start to go fishing as well as collecting food on land eventually. But as you have the dock, you have sort of an extra town center to collect food for you. So it's a fantastic addition to have on maps with water. So I'm going to fast forward a bit once we get established here, but I could still introduce the civilizations. We have Gabrielko with the Malians here. Fantastic choice, one of the absolute best nomad civilizations, because you get to dock and place a fishing ship and TC immediately, and a house. That's the Malians, because they save wood per each and every building. Gypsy King with the Byzantines, not too shabby either. Got lots of potential counters to Malians play, because Byzantines have all the cheap counters. And you also have faster firing fire galleys, so when or if you want to contest water, you're going to be in a good spot to do so. What's the yellow range for this? 800s, 900s, exclamation mark, rank, and the players' nicknames to see the ranking. I didn't do my homework properly. Gypsy King has a better dock, I'd say, than Gabrielko here. It's more deep fish close to it. And they start pretty far off each other. So, we're not going to see any tower wars or any massive feudal age aggression, I don't think. So let's speed it up a little bit, because the Nomad Dark Age tends to be rather uneventful. You'll see players scouting with sheep to get some ideas of the map. And because we don't start with the scout on Nomad, you need to use the sheep. There, found some boars, 2 boars for Gypsy King here, good start. And looks like he's beating the Malians here with the idle TC time. Gabrielko has been a bit lower on the... higher on the idle TC time. Feudal Age is on the way. Oops, it's in for Gypsy King already, which means we'll slow it down a bit. Fire galley in the making. Now keep in mind that what a lot of the high level players do is to, while on the way to the Feudal Age, they would commit 1 fishing ship to scout the area a little bit on the water and find out where the crossings are or aren't, or at the very least learn the dock location of the opponent. Why would you do that? Because let's assume that Gypsy King has this area scouted, which he doesn't, but let's see, scouted the shoreline, you see 4 fishing ships, which essentially means with that much earlier Feudal Age time, you can beat that by making only 2 fire galleys and you're good to go. So you want to scout the extent of fish of your opponent. Malians would definitely benefit from a big fish boom, but that's not quite the case now. This could be indicative of a fast castle play of Gabrielko here. It's like later Feudal Age, fish income in abundance, and almost enough resources to go up here. Thanks to Paradox for the Prime, and thanks for letting me cast this event, which is in largely your initiative, I'd say. That alert you heard, just let any new viewers know that that's my own recordings and arrangement on the main theme tune, so I've had some fun with doing that. Hi, Gally moving out, and definitely the proper direction here. Wait, how? What? Ooh, Red has been scouting. Nice. Good job of Gabrielko to get some idea. He missed the dock somehow! No! Oh, Gabrielko must think that that blue isn't on water at all. Oh. Would count a little bit low for Gabrielko to get the building started. Here's the blacksmith market. Gonna get to the castle age well ahead of the Gypsy King, no matter what. So if you lose these 4 fish, no big deal, not a huge investment for Gabrielko. And come the castle age, you could start dropping the slightly cheaper T-Season Malians and claim some map control. In the meantime, we see Gypsy King keeping the Fire Galley on the defensive, maybe. Nah, moving out actually. May or may not have picked off Gabrielko's fishing ship, or I think he did actually. And wow, taking the middle for Gabrielko. Just don't overextend with the fish traps here. I think that's perfectly fine. Could even prove a strategic spot for attacking Gypsy King in the late game if this goes late game, because you could in theory get some war galleys and cannon galleys out here to deal with buildings and units on land. That's for the long game though. Castle Age for Gabrielko, something that Gypsy King hopefully has seen through at this point. And sending in the Fire Galley now to spot a fishing ship and put an end to this early fish. Try to have 10 on food when you 10 on wood when you hit up to fuel. Yeah, it's you're probably onto something. It's situational though, it depends on what you're doing. Alright, so that dock would be a gunner for Gabrielko, who has very nice scouting on the water. Did dock the middle instead, so there's a little bit of fishing going on here, which will compensate for the lost fish over here, even though it's a new addition, sort of. Second TC going up. Going to stone for a potential castle drop. Does maybe know Gypsy King's location. But only the mill, so that could also be just a few stray villagers. Long distance collecting resources there. As we have Gypsy King going past stage as well, not going to be too far behind, and definitely going up at a healthier population here. 36 villagers, 5 fish. Gabrielko with the higher idle TC time, well behind, but might be able to catch up with the second TC going up. And never scout to the middle pond dock before going on. Well, until any fish traps are seeded or made in the middle here, it's not a big deal. You lost 2 builds a boat? Oh no! That's unfortunate. I mean, I'm looking at the fish here. The fish is dying, but apparently villagers died as well. Okay, we gotta see that actually. We need to rewind a bit to see what the fire galleys were doing here. It's gotta be over here, right? Or... see, it's Eco KD is 2-0 for Gypsy King. So that's only the fish. Was I to... not rewinding back in off here, maybe? Anyway, 5 eco units down for Gabrielko here. Let's move it a little bit forward again to where we let off. Gypsy King about to reach the castle age here. And in the meantime, Gabrielko dropping the 3rd TC. So going for a massive Malians boom here. Could even take the board to boost the food source if need be. But there's some stone mining going on as well, so Gabrielko will definitely claim some more map control in the castle eventually. Gypsy King with walls, Byzantine's walls at that with some extra hit points and kind of a false comfort here behind these palisade walls, because if Gabrielko just drops a castle even on the hill here, that's all of the woodline of Gypsy King, the only woodline. This one as well, rendered completely useless with a castle forward. I think you need space between to get Gypsy King's rank. Monastery for Gabrielko. Is he going to convert the fire ships, fire galleys? I think that might be the plan here. Could be relics collection as well. Nightbot may be a little bit stressed out as well. Let's just check. You need to have a recent 1v1s as well for the ranked bot to work. Like within the last month or so. Ranked 1v1s. Well, the dock goes down, fire ship is in for Gypsy King. I feel like that's an investment you definitely don't need to go for here. With that one dock and seemingly no more naval presence from Gabrielko here. You need to start focusing the attention into land. Well, it's easy to get 1400 on Smurf if you already had a 1400 count physically. Get out of here. Just kidding, that's good work. You're getting back in shape. That's good. And we're housed. No wonder. It's 3 TCs and a monastery producing. Oh, tell me this monk is going to convert to fire ship. That would be an epic way to claim back the naval situation. Okay, a defensive castle on the hill there. Not hating on that for Gabrielko. It's securing the left-hand side from any Byzantine's movement. While on the right-hand side, you could wall off or do something. But I'd love to see this castle offensively at this point, to be honest. Gypsy King is investable water. If Gabrielko has any idea that Gypsy King is over here, this is a capture H bug. Then that castle 100% goes on the hill here. It would even range the TC and render a lot of economy useless. Crossbows coming for Gypsy King could definitely get some counter damage in here. Idle TC time at 34 seconds, which is pretty darn good at 26 minutes, even if you're at only one TC. It's always good to keep that town center pumping. Scouting of Gypsy King. It's good on water, of course. Has the good overview on the naval situation here. We'll see that castle going up with the outposting builder there. But, oh, will it go down? Way too much wells in queue. Yeah, that can actually mess with your resources needed for the things a little bit. University and castle here. What's the university for? Ballistics, I guess. Ballistics for the crossbows. Could, if you see it, see the fishing ships now, could definitely snipe the fish with the crossbows at this point. Bodkin Airways in, so the crossbows have the range needed. There was an outpost over here. Yeah, but the castle killed it. And this is the part where I started panicking. Yeah, I feel you. Splitting the map in half here, and Gypsy King can still expand to the right hand side. We'll see this gold here. That would be a nice TC spot for later. You definitely need to claim the neutral resources on Nomads. Byzantines, as we know, have cheaper Imperial Age as well, so Gypsy King could easily go Imperial Age here soon and just trap down this castle of Gabrielko, because if you have the castle, you don't need 2 buildings to advance to the next stage. So you just use your castle as the prerequisite buildings to go up. So both players are floating some resources here for Gypsy King. That could easily go into Imperial Age, as said, even if it's kind of early on 61 builders. As for Gabrielko, Pikemen won't be doing all that much here. I'm not sure about what the Pikeman idea is about here. There are crossbows on the field, and that's about all, but the Mangonel is obviously a good addition. And would definitely consider, giving the resources at hand here for Gabrielko, I would definitely consider going into knights here. Classic quick imp arm Byzantines, yeah. I feel like we don't see archers all that much on Nomad, but if the players are close enough or if you're scouting at some point, then that's definitely viable. I forgot about the quick at some point. Yeah, definitely have the resources to go up here. DC is still pumping villagers. No, there's Imperial H. There's Imperial H. Gabriel should have went infantry mods. Oh, could have definitely gone longswords here, that's true. But they don't really have the same speed of the knights. I mean, the resources are here for have been here for knights as well. Now we see Gabrielko going to the Imperial Age as well, so both players will be moving towards the last age. Some good Mangonel hits there as the crossbows are dancing around and trying to focus down that Mangonel. I think they might just succeed. Oh, oops. Jinxed it. Jinxed it. But still, 6 crossbows alive to punish that Malian's economy a little bit. Look at the high TC times here, though. It's 4. Wait, 3. 3 TCs to 1 for Gabrielko here. And still, the villager count is almost even. Still, also resources in the bank here could drop quite a few more ranges, mix in skirmishers maybe just to keep some kind of army flow, because they're very cheap for the Byzantines and there's food and wood in the bank here. Or you just keep pumping out the crossbows. And affording Arbalest and Bracer and the core upgrades shouldn't really be an issue here. Yeah, market balancing the eco here is definitely a good idea. Or just spend the resources somehow. You don't really need the farms if you're going for the arbalists. I'd say here 20 farms should be enough to afford the upgrades and whatnot. So just pump out arbalists, use that wood, sell the food even. Sell the food to get even more arbalists out. Now, Imperial Age is in, 2 castles are up. Just time to pump out those trebs and get that. Do we have a market here for Gypsy King? It's over here. While Gabrielko is playing the true nomad style here, nomadeering away to another gold and a woodline. Which Gypsy King, I think, doesn't have scouted yet. Still scouting with cheap at minute 35, I love it. Geppetto definitely doesn't work against crossbow play. They have high damage output, but they need to get close, and the Arbs, they'll just shred them. But the hill advantage is for real here for Gabrielko. And I guess technically you could send the pikemen in front and have the Geppettos behind and try and punish those Arbs a little bit. We need more trebuchets here for Gypsy King. 2 castles are up, could use both castles to produce trebs here by selling some food and wood. And just to get the numbers, but it's 2 trebs to 1, no, 2 to 2 actually. But Gabrielko will be losing the castle on the hill here, I think. There's more than enough wood to repair. Actually, Gypsy King will struggle to repair enough here. Thankfully, it's a Byzantine castle, so it has extra hit points. Oh, Mangonel hit. Only the first defense here for the Arbalest. No, 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 not like this! They're Arbalists. You even outrange the Mangonel. This is outrageous. Outrageous. Not enough wheels for me to repair, no stone to repair. We need to buy stone here to repair here for Gypsy King. Is Gabrielko gonna make the comeback here? Keeping that castle up on the hill. And still 500 stone left for repairs. Yeah, Arbalists with Bracer, they have 5+3 range, so they outrange mangonels, so these things shouldn't really happen in the Imperial Age if the army control is on point. Still, Gypsy King with that lower IL this time, though very good at queuing the villagers, meaning that even with only 2 TCs, Gypsy King is keeping the villager in the equal lead here. Oh, I even found the fish initiative in the middle here. The fish is nearly depleted. Oh, it's not actually, only one deep fish depleted, so yeah, that's one to consider as well. Heal advantage for the traps, helping out, dealing more damage per hit, and down goes one castle of the Byzantines player. And we're out of stone for Gabrielko as well. Could definitely buy stone to keep repairing, but that has to happen fast, and the castle goes down on the hill for Gabrielko as well. Free passage for the Arbalists now to pump in, as the Mangonel is almost getting trebuchets here. Yeah, pikemen with no upgrades whatsoever, that's not going to hold well against the Arbs. Now, 4 trebuchets for Gypsy King to push here. The monk out as well, could heal up, the archers could convert, and the villagers. Decent army production from Gypsy King here, should still, with that kind of wood and gold, should definitely just keep that. All of those ranges pumping arbalists until the population gap is reached. And here we are, the GG is called by Gabrielko, and I think it's warranted. It's now 93 villagers to 68, mainly thanks to extremely much lower ILT's time, 1 minute 25 seconds at 42 minutes here. Pretty darn solid villager production, maybe almost over committing, but if the army production had been at the same level from Gypsy King here, this game could have been over even sooner, I think. But let's browse through the statistics here. There are some, we even have advanced stats now. We could see lots of interesting things here. Total worker time, productive worker time. But we're not gonna dive too crazy into that. Let's see the core statistics here and go for Gabrielko's home map next. Eco, very similar. And then there's the uptimes. Gabrielko could have shaved off, I'd say, almost 1.5 minutes. Because of lack of wood for the buildings to go up. Imperial times dead even, so to speak. And then you can see the total villagers and fish for that matter. That's the dark one there. And a little treat with the APM chart in the end here, spiking at, what's that, 151 for Gabrielko. Lots of things going on at once here. Yeah, the pikeman was a questionable choice. Actually, I need to get up the graphics for Wandering Squires Cup also as well. Just get me a moment. I want to fix that before moving on. Second game in a moment. Let me see. I'm gonna get that logo up. And Get that Wandering Squires logo up. Oh, that's huge. Yeah, something like that. And we'll pull it into the Capture H overlay as well. Actually, not too sure where to put it. Let's go here. I hope that's not too invasive for the game action. Second game. In just a second, we are going to game 2. Golden Hill. Okay. I'm not too familiar with that map, but the name kind of gives it away. Here we go. Golden Hill. Berries, gold, and stone in the middle. There's a big river in between here, and oh, hold on, I need to. This is kind of important for. Here we go. And yeah, wood lines, extra golds and stuff to the sides here as well. Interesting choice of Gabrielko here to go for the TT in the middle. You'll note that there's no wood whatsoever in the middle. And you have to move to the edges to get to that, of course. But there's berries, so you get your builders producing. You do have some wood left over, so if Gabrielko doesn't go for the dock immediately here, then Gabrielko will also be able to drop some houses and get production going. Jibsy King, however, does walk for a little bit longer. That's why the builder working efficiency time is a little bit on the lower side as well. Drops a dock right on this deep fish here, and the TC in big amount of wood here. That is allowing for fluent and consistent wood access for Jibsy King, so I expect Jibsy King to have a fantastic fish boom and a solid head start to the feudal age here as a result of it as well. Malay for Gabrielko, Portuguese for Jibsy King, both with controlling the middle naval situation in mind. Get the fish, get a fish boom as the Malay. The most warships for the Portuguese for middle control, maybe, to keep the opponent off the wood. And looks like Gabrielko is going for a dock over here as well. Unless it's just scouting for the wood lines already. Yeah, dock, sure. The problem is, what's a dock going to accomplish for Gabrielko other than maybe collect some shortfish here? Just want to get to know how to get off that island. Yeah, you found the shore. Wait, no, you can't pass here. Or can you? Can you? I can pass here for sure. No? Do we need to go all the way over here? And here are those the only passings? Yeah, those are the only passings, those channels here. Oh man. Oh, I think we might have a shorter game on our hands here. Gabrielko, at the very least, is producing villagers. Is at 12 seconds idle this time, which is not horrible given the peculiar starting point here. At least has middle control, that's something. And now just looking for the passage, and there we found it. Nice. Hey, get moving, dude. So if you look at the eco numbers, alright, Jibsy King has one fishing ship out, collecting some wood and sheep here as well, even a boar. So decent. Rip! Oh, just like that, the eco is in the lead for Gabrielko here, but Gabrielko gets housed and is set back a bit there. And just kick a corner and your villagers will find it. That's probably a good point as well. Oh, yeah, so Jibsy King with a bit of a rough start as well. Now idling the TC in the middle of all this action. Did not get the boar in as intended. We'll have to maybe even force drop some food here to keep production going. Lost the will to the boar, 11. Yeah, it happens. It happens. now 5 on wood for Gabrielko, who still hasn't got a dock down, as the Malay hopefully will consider that when the wood allows. Probably dock over here or somewhere there's swordfish here maybe. Doesn't change the fact though that Jibsy King is ahead again in the economy here, mainly due to the fishing ships actually has a higher or lower village count now, and that has to do with the timing of the town center placement as well. That Gabrielko building the TC in the middle right away gets to production earlier and establish a villagers lead that way. But look at the food count, 11 to 10. That is also of significance. Jibsy King is bringing in food at a faster and more efficient rate here. And I guess with this town center placement, the wood income is very nice and fluent for a good while as well. Going for the mill now, that's going to be the second building needed to go to the feudal age, and maybe it will be the archers again. Portuguese have fully upgraded archers, so that could definitely be the play for Jibsy King here, who doesn't have all that much scouting intel. May need to move out and scout the ring a little bit here to confirm if Gabrielko has docked at all. Because at this point, Jibsy King has naval domination alone, even without any army on the waters. There's actually no need whatsoever to invest into any military on the water now, except for maybe one galley to keep Gabrielko from docking. Didn't know I'm in the middle. Well, he should know now, with the barracks going up. This is like a weird Highlands and Golden Gold Rush hybrid. Highlands Gold Rush hybrid. Even a second dock now for Jibsy King. It goes on the shorefish here, but unless it's for naval control, which it very well could be, I'm not too sure about the dock placement for Jibsy King. I mean, it's a little bit closer to deeper fish. I mean, Jibsy King could control this whole middle area with war galleys and demos alone at this point. Anytime Gabrielko tries to cross these areas, Jibsy King could be here with a demolition ship and just demolish any units trying to pass. So it's dangerous. Their food and gold counts are identical, but Gabrielko now with more on gold in the middle, probably aiming for that fast castle play again. With the access to these middle stones, a castle drop is definitely in the with some potential here as well. Oh, and collecting all that shorefish. It's still 6 fishing ships from Jibsy King, though. Surprisingly enough, the feudal age timings are somewhat similar here. We have Gabrielko at 24 eco units to Jibsy King's 30, though. Its villager count is the same, but Gabrielko isn't fishing at all, and that is such a huge setback to the economy between the two players. So the feudal age is in. That also the perks of being the Malay. They go up through the ages 66% faster. We are rushing the dock. I like the creative approaches here. Maybe Gabrielko will even go for the men-at-arms here once the food allows. And certainly a way to deal with the docks, but once Jibsy King is in the future, tell me you're going to make a demolition ship. Please make a demo. Demo! Could get all of these 3 villages, would be the masterpiece of the day, if you did. A galley works as well. A galley works. Eco balance looks in favor of Gypsy King here. 500-ish on food and a couple of gold. Fish income still coming in strong here. Definitely set up for a faster and smoother cast late here for Gypsy King. Not too sure about the farms, if they're even needed at all at this point, but it's boosting the food income. It's facilitating the cast late for sure. And the men-at-arms are in. Malay men-at-arms confirmed. But they are chased away by the mighty galley here, and they might not even be able to make the crossing here, because the Gypsy King will have military to deny that. Just take the liberty of a little shout of my upcoming league as well. Wait, that's wrong. That's the wrong command. Is it league? Did I even make a... That's the wrong command. This maybe. There we go. If any of you guys enjoy team games. Shore fishing here for Gabrielko, so instead of docking, this is going to be a nice and fluent way to collect food as well. However, it's a misuse of the Malay not to go for the fish traps, as they are cheaper and everlasting. It's almost contain 3 times as much food, and there's still deep fish to be eaten here, of course. They've settled on each side of the map here, so they're sort of sharing the situation evenly, and you'd of course say that Gabrielko has the middle control here, also on stone. Definitely planning a castle of sorts, which should be going down offensively in my opinion, if possible, but could of course fortify the middle a bit more as well. Reviewing this beginning, I should have gone castle faster. Yeah, you definitely had the resource income for it. Would be way easier to contest the middle with an earlier castle age, but still in a very good spot, as you can see the eco difference here as Gabrielko gets housed as well. Oh, men-at-arms on the move. They might actually find some farming economy here, and it is the archers for Gypsy King. Seems to enjoy the archers play, no matter the civ. Thatching is in, one archer going down to the men-at-arms there, but the rest of the archers will secure that the aggression doesn't enter home base over here. Gabrielko at least confirming that this is where Gypsy King is at. Again, reinforcing the idea that any castle drop could go down forward. Oh, worst TC ever. Let's see the TC. There's not a lot of farming space around it, I'll give you that much. But it does protect the gold, it does protect the woodland, so it's not the worst TC ever. Gabrielko really has a personal agenda against this dock. He wants that dock out of the way. Of course, it covers the crossing as well, so it's a good cattle. It's a good cattle. It effectively denies Gypsy King entry here. Ooh, moon sailing boat. And now farming in the middle of it as well. And still really, really love to see Gabrielko docking the north side here or something. Yeah, good luck with the archers. You're not gonna get... Okay, preserves the archers, losing the fish. This is a fantastic castle. Killing almost all of Gypsy King's fish eco here because it's on the way back home to drop off the fish here. Oh, so that's why you wanted Gabrielko to drop the castle on your eco Gypsy King, because then you could use your archers to deny it. Ah, I see. What do the Malay do here? Apparently they do Karambit warriors, so Gabrielko enjoying the infantry play here. They are a weak but very pop efficient unit and would certainly make for some decent raids, I think. Now I realized I need some food. Yeah, if the plan was Karambit warriors the whole way, you definitely need food and gold for that. TC in the back here for Gypsy King, that would be the second one. Again, keeping that idle TC time nice and low here. Farming economy extending as well with Horse Collar in. And going for the Knights. Which is definitely a good response to any Karambits moving in. They'll shred those. However, yeah, Portuguese Knights fully upgraded in the cast age should be alright. No access to Paladin though, but you'll have fully upgraded Cavaliers in the Imperial Age as well. I like that little patrolling galley here. And yeah, the dock is down. Little did Gabrielko know that there's another dock right outside of the line of sight of the castle. And they're both patrolling units just to keep an eye on the enemies if they're crossing over for whatever reason. Yeah, it's definitely the Karambit rush here from Gabrielko. There's enough stone for yet another castle here. Whether that goes down forward or more defensively at home, I don't know. But that seems to be the plan here. Another TC as well, putting the stone and wood to good use. And securing another woodland. So the Karambit warriors are just chilling out inside the castle, waiting for their moment. Full middle control for Gabrielko here, and Gypsy King doesn't seem to mind, has gold access of their own over here. Gold over here. Stone doesn't seem accessible though, that's only in the... Oh wait, there it is. There's in the back, it's in the back. So it has stone access for at least a couple of castles as well. Second castle for Gabrielko, a bit on the pessimistic side here. Could definitely go down more offensively, but maybe it was to hide it away. To conceal the Karambit rush even a little bit further. Wait, there's some blue over here. The knights are out on a raiding spree here. Oh, the transport! How did I miss that? So Gypsy King can't pass through here, but he can still transport. Just dropped a dock, made a transport ship, and now caught Gabriel off guard here for sure with some Portuguese raiding to the right hand side here. A little bit of raiding in the middle as well, but there's Castle Fire to protect that. That should be alright. Full upgrades on Gypsy King's Knights, and while having transported Knights over, did not transport any villagers. Transporting over a villager as well, you could drop some stables on this side and then freely raid with the Knights. But maybe Gypsy King has other plans in mind here. Certainly causing idle TC and idle eco time here. 13 minutes and counting with the 3 DCs of Gabrielko. and work your efficiency on the lower side as well. Gypsy King with lots of wood in the bank now, partly due to the TCM woodland situations here. Could definitely consider dropping some more farms or pulling some villagers off wood to gold so that Imperial Age transition can be made. That is situational, basically. This castle doesn't deny any enemy resources, but it's still a good castle. It protects the home base, so. But it's always a bonus to have a castle deny enemy resources for sure. Karambit raids on the move here. Attack upgrades in, not defense. At this point, Gypsy King could be on the way to the Imperial Age, I think, with some tweaking of the wood eco into food and gold here instead. And the Knights just don't care about castle fire. They are with the +2 defense, so they will tank a little bit our arrows and definitely getting good trades here. They're shredding that wood, and wow, amazing value from Gypsy King with 16 builders killed so far this game. And also raiding several areas with the Knights here. Not looking pretty for Gabrielko here, the eco specifically being idled and raided yet again. Is that a crossing, or is it just... No, it's not. It's closed over here. It's just decorative. Yeah, I mentioned that blue transported knights over, but did not transport a villager. So you could push with siege on this side easily if you have the brought a villager over to drop a siege workshop. There's so much wood in the bank as well. And I assume there's a market here somewhere, so you could even sell wood at a decent rate at this point. As another castle comes up from Gabrielko here. Refuses to give in on the aggression here, but now Gypsy King could actually counter castle this one. Or just drop a tower and deny these villagers from building it. Okay, there it is, but it might be... Oh, that's a massive commitment to that castle. I guess it completes in time here, in decent time. Gabrielko is definitely getting the castle up. But... Wait, what? Yeah, they're both gonna complete castles. Gypsy King can afford to lose some builders here as well. Just look at the villager count, 91 to 59. 3 fishing ships still at work as well. And Gabrielko's castles not doing too much to the enemy economy here. So as the night raids come to an end, I think so. Both could be at this point position if they just went imp. Yes. Whoever gets to imp and the trebuchets first here will deal with the castles and be able to push easily. Gabrielko doesn't even need to idle, I think. Could just buy food here and go for that. Oh, that's really expensive food. Wow. Okay, so scratch that, I guess. Gabrielko must have been buying a lot of food throughout this game because that price is so high. I don't think Gypsy King has needed to buy food in the same way. Lots of market trades going on. Selling wood, buying food, and... yeah, selling stone even, and now going imp. Gypsy King is aiming for imp now. He's going to sell a little bit more stone, I think, and just go Imperial Age. There it is. Nice. That should be the turning point here. Neither player has any significant amount of army here. 13 to 6. 69 builders to 100 for Gabrielko. Gabrielko still has the middle. But Gypsy King is, for now, not struggling that bad for resources. Could even transport over here and take this gold if need be. There's still resources to be taken. Yeah, 1050-ish elo here, yeah. Ooh, organ guns. Which will be shredded by the mangonels if they are allowed to hit, but... We'll see. Gabrielko should just stop queuing builds for some time. He isn't queuing builds just for fun. Well, it's true, but they have fast uptimes. Gabrielko could trade resources for imp here as well and almost match that imp uptime. Let's see. It's going to be 2 minutes something for Malay to get to imp, I think. But I don't know where that gold is going, but that gold needs to be 800 to go up. And there's the tick. 1 minute 52, that's the research time for Malay, apparently. Oh, what's going on over here? More stables from the Portuguese. Triple stables. Gypsy King is not fooling around here. He is floating so many resources, could go straight for Cavalier with full upgrades here and shred any economy of land for the Gabrielko, who has the barracks, admittedly. But these 3 barracks, it's going to take you forever to get enough pikemen out to deal with Imperial Age cavalry raids here. Light cav for Gypsy King. Not hating that, conserves the gold for other stuff and be able to maybe snipe the mangonels here. 1 will go down at least, I think. There we go. There's going to be light cav raids over here as well. It's night. Whatever happened to the gold? We got plate parting armor, Cavalier. Still patrolling over here, funnily enough. And first trebuchet is out for Gypsy King, but Gabrielko is up as well. And we'll be queuing trebs from... Oh, but only the 1 castle! No! Use both! Not 2 trebs in 1 castle. Queue them in different castles. Gypsy King is Portuguese, so even if Gypsy King loses the castles here, he could go for chemistry and get bomber cannons out. And I guess Malay have them as well, actually, but... we'll see if it comes to that. The one of the 4 castles, that's history. No repairs even attempted here by Gabrielko. Might commit to some repairs on the other. I don't think that second trap will make it out. It's just 1 more hit now for Gypsy Kings here. No, it's 2 more hits. I guess the trap could make it. Oh. Yeah, it goes out. Just in the nick of time. Castle at 59 HP. That's lucky. So 2 trebuchets, but how long will they live with the Cavaliers now out on the field? And the chaos of light cav raids and whatnot over on this side. Mix of light cav and Cavalier here. Gypsy King doesn't need a middle control. He has gold access over here and will start pushing the middle castle from outside of the river here. That treb is so safe. There's no sniping that for Gabrielko, who's walling up at least. Knowing that the castle will be lost. And will try to conserve the middle somehow. Elsewhere. Perfect gap. Is it because of the castle, probably? 2 trebuchets pushing, Gypsy King 23, military to 18 here, but Gabrielko is the one under heavy duress here. Is losing builders left and right over this side. And now 4 trebuchets, no less, pushing here. They could obliterate all the buildings in the middle here and just end it. I kind of want to see Gypsy King drop a dock again, and he has the dock actually, and just go for some cannon galleons for style points here now. GG, good luck in the next round, says Gabrielko. Well fought. You're way better than 1000 elo. I hope that's meant that's as a compliment and not a Smurf accusation. But good days and bad days. Definitely showing some promise here. Both players, good game. Better eco for the Portuguese here. Gabrielko has won. Yeah, wrong colors here. Yeah, right. It's the negative 2 for Gabrielko, sadly. Fuel times comparable here, cast stage timings. Should honestly have been better for Gypsy King there, but still had the superior economy by far. Got my back, I'll call her. Thank you, thank you. 2-0 Gypsy, indeed. And that's the end of the first cast. Dennis, are you trying to get banned?